Recording. Okay. All right. So today's Tribe Talk, we're going to talk about getting ready for 2022. It is so close to the new year. We're coming into a new catalog. We're coming into a new year. And I just kind of want to, I don't know if this is so much training as this is like super pep talk. Obviously, there'll be some cute, like your little training things in here, but a lot of it's just kind of getting yourself prepared for what you want to unfold in your business in the next year. So first off, mindset is everything. If you don't know that, you should not by now. Definitely it's a mind over matter with everything in your life. If you are thinking positive things are going to come instantly. No, but if you're thinking negative, all you're going to have is negative results. If you're constantly telling yourself you can't, you're not going to. I know you guys have heard me a million times. I really like to say that whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. Because if you're putting yourself in that negative, no, can't mindset, the universe and just everything is going to shift to that because that's the way your mind is going. So whether you realize you're voluntarily doing it or not, you're pulling yourself into that direction. So even when things are struggling or, you know, hard times, or you're stuck in a rut, or you feel like you're at a bottom low, depending on what it is, change that perspective, change that mindset, and tell yourself, I can do this. This is really freaking hard, but I can do this. So with mindset, like that's not something though either. You can just wake up one day and all of a sudden, I have a positive mindset. I'm ready to go. And this is, you know, on a roll. It is something that you work on every day. It is something that you build. Definitely, a couple of years ago, I did not have the mindset that I have now. In a few years from now, I'm not going to have the mindset that I have now either, because I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly trying to do better. You don't stress yourself out and try to be 100% better than today as you were yesterday. Just work on 1% better, because then by the time you're done with the year, you're 365% better than you started that year with. And that 1% increment doesn't seem so much as it's happening, rather than trying to do an instant 180 change on whatever you're doing. No one's going to hand you this mindset. Like this is, again, it's something that you need to work on. You need to grow yourself. You need to figure out where your flaws, your struggles, your, you know, trials and tributes and all of these things are, to be able to overcome that, to be able to look in that into a different light. Really a great way to change that mindset is to create a daily routine for yourself. And I don't mean like every half an hour you need to, you know, have your schedule figured out. Like I get it. Like I'm definitely sometimes a day by day type of person, but it's simple things like when you get up, and I'm so guilty of this and I need to change this myself, get ready for the day. Okay, I lounge in my Scentsy sweats all day long. I really need to stop doing that, because then it puts me in this, oh, I don't want to mindset, and I need to break out of that. So I'm really going to start trying to, you know, I mean, like I'll get ready for the day. I just won't get like dressed. Like, you know, go downstairs, I'll grab my coffee, you know, and I'll have breakfast, or well, usually it's like a snack. I'm not a breakfast person, but point is I do my little things like that. But I feel like it's still not bringing enough to be like, okay, I'm here. Because I mean, a lot of you guys, you know, you have another job. You're not going to show up to work in your sweats. You know, you get dressed, and that for some weird reason in our mind triggers to be ready for work, to be ready for the day. And the same thing, you know, with this. You know, make a schedule and stick to it. Even if it's simple things like every Monday I will do this, and it can be, you know, half an hour task, and then the rest of the day can maybe change week by week. If you're a crazy person and like need to have everything written out, then have everything written out, but have some type of schedule day to day, you know, like Tuesdays. Okay, so pencil it in, 8 o'clock, we have Tribe Talk. That is routine, and I want to continue that. Side note, next week though, I am going to not do a Tribe Talk because I really want you guys just to, have the holidays. We're in between Christmas and New Year's, and I want you guys just to be able to be with your families, take a little bit of time away from work, away from Scentsy, away from, just the hustle and bustle of everything holiday related. Just enjoy your time and find some peace. Another great thing with daily routine, and I want to start doing this myself, I want you guys to write out some affirmations. Now, this doesn't have to be an affirmation you use throughout the entire year. You can use this affirmation until it has tweaked your mindset enough to where it's become a part of you. Affirmations, it could be something as simple as, I'm a strong, determined person. Get up. When you're done getting ready, look in the mirror and tell yourself this every day. If you have to write a sticky note of your affirmations, go for it and recite it to yourself. Look yourself in the face daily and tell yourself this. I am a strong person. I inspire others. I am valuable. I am committed to my goals. Things like this. I'll continue to push myself to be better each day. Things like this. What's another one I wrote down? Oh, I really like this one. Today, I'm willing to fail in order to succeed. And that's, I think, a lot of problem too, is people wrap their head around, if I fail, it wasn't meant to be. No, failing is not failing. Failing is a lesson. It doesn't always feel like that. It doesn't always look like that. But again, change that mindset and see that as I failed. Where did I go wrong? What can I change? What did I learn from it? And then move forward, because you're not going to succeed. No one with success has got there without failure. The only time you fail is when you walk away and you give up and you say, I'm done. And that's with everything. That's like anything in life. If you learn some new craft side thing, whatever, and you're halfway through it and you keep messing up, if you just say, I'm done, well, you're never going to be good at it. You just failed because you gave up. So definitely don't let that ever hold you back. Definitely another thing getting into 22 is, and I know I preach this a lot, is find some systems that work. I know after I've talked about systems, a lot of you guys have found new systems and kind of incorporated them. Okay, great. Are they going well? Awesome. Find another one. Don't replace that one. If that one works, don't replace that one. But maybe tweak in another small system into your business, into your life, into whatever. So you're going to continue to grow. Eventually, I watch so many superstar directors and stuff. They have 6, 7, 8 different types of systems. They have systems for thank yous, for how they make samples, for their posting, for logging expenses, for, all of these things. And there's so many systems that even I don't have implemented yet. And I'm constantly trying to add, once I get comfortable with one, I try to add something else to create a system somewhere else to make my life, my job easier. Obviously, I'm not saying go out and figure out 5 systems and try them all tomorrow. You're going to drive yourself insane. One system at a time. Get it to work, tweak it to get to function how you need it to, and then move forward with doing, adding another system into your routine. One big thing that I want you guys, and I'm going to make a post about this on Tribe Luminescent as well for those that are not here, although I'm going to share this like I did last week. And I hope I had a few other people that didn't make it on, were hopefully able to see it. I actually haven't checked the analytics of the Google yet, or the YouTube yet. But one thing that I want you guys to do is everywhere, globally, New Year's is always surrounded with a resolution. What's your resolution? What is your, whatever this year? And that's always been a hard thing for me. I've never had I'm going to do this year, because in a week I'm over it. I try to be committed, and it's silly things, and it never works out for me. And if it works out for you, good, more power to you. Keep up with your New Year's resolutions. But one thing I want to challenge the tribe is to think of a focus word for the year. And what a focus word is a single word that encapsulates what you need more of, what you want to focus on, or what you need to improve on. So you're going to, you can, I'm going to read some examples. Actually, I just Googled, I don't remember what I Googled, I think affirmation words for the year. I think it's something basic like that. But here it says, I'll get into reading a few off of the list in a second, but this is some simple questions to get you thinking of what word would work for you. Consider how this past year has been for you. What is something that you can improve on, do differently, or keep working on? Think of something that isn't going so well in your life. What is the word that's opposite of that? So where do you struggle? What is that opposite? So we have that more positive alternative. So like if fear keeps holding you back, then the alternative could be like fearless or brave. You know, that could be your word of the year. What do you want more of in your life? You know, what do you want less of in your life, but make it a positive? So then we're going to do that opposite again. Or what would be a game changer for you? Now here's a list of like 300 words. I am not going to read off this many, but I'm just going to read a few of them so you guys can kind of get some ideas. Abundant, adapt, ambition. Those are just A's. Let's get some other letters. Brave, I mentioned. Build. Okay, and that's what, okay, if you think about it, like, okay, build, that is World Tour's word. Okay. I think it was last SFR, our word was, oh, what the heck was our word? Perspective. I think that was last SFR, or is the one before that. Either which way. So they always find a word, and that's kind of like what they encapsulate the theme to be. And that's what I want you guys to do, is figure out this word for you. All of us are going to have different words. And I want you to focus on that. Maybe even include that somewhere in your affirmation for the year. So everything that you do when you're second guessing, or when you're, trying to think of ideas, go back to that word. Print it. If you have to print it, doodle it all big, put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day of 22. So you can try to incorporate or work towards that word in everything you do. Some of the ones like courage. My phone's about dying, so I'm not going to read too many. Freedom. Like, do you need more freedom of time? Like, and how are you going to do that? Then obviously, work on different time management. Maybe that could be a system that you put in. Simple things like improvement, intent. What is your intent? Listen. Maybe you need to, listen to your customers more. And I don't mean like you're like la 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 while they're talking, but maybe like, I don't want to say read into what they're saying more, because sometimes that can be, you think of it negative when you say like you're reading too far into it. But maybe, maybe they're shouting out for they want to join, but you're just not, like how they're wording it, it's just kind of going over your head, and you're just thinking, whatever. I'm just throwing out some examples here and kind of just talking. But so I want you guys to do that, because I want to touch base with it again. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the Tribe Talk, or if I'm going to make a post about it after the new year, but I want us all to share our word that we chose. And you don't have to get super in detail, but a little bit about why. Why is this what you want to focus your 2022 on? Let me quick send this to myself. Another thing that I want you guys to do, and I will share it so you guys can print it. Let me. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So you guys see this paycheck here? Okay, so I'm going to post this on Triluminescent. I will post it up with a little synopsis or whatever as soon as we're off of here, because I want everybody to do this. And this is something that I'm not going to ask you guys to share. Like, you don't need to do that, but I want you guys to print this out and I want you to fill it out with a reasonable. I don't want anybody writing, I want to make $100,000 in a check. Okay. Because it's, if it happens in 22, I'm rooting for you, girl. But something feasible, something, if your average check right now is 500, maybe your next big goal is to have $1,000 check. Maybe your average check's $50 and you want a $200 check. Think like that. Go through your workstation. What's your average? What's your highest? Push yourself a little more than that. And again, I want you guys to post this or put this up somewhere, set it somewhere where you're going to see this. So you're always working towards this goal. I found this on a leaders page and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this idea. And I'm so excited because I'm definitely doing it myself. And I just think it'd be something fun for all of us to kind of be able to, have that goal. And like, if your goals are not staring you in the face, you're not going to, I shouldn't say you're not going to get there. You're not going to get there very fast. And obviously, again, nothing's overnight, but it's going to take you longer than if you're constantly reminded of those goals. So, that's another thing is if you want with your word of the year, with this, make a vision board or something in your zone. Like over here, you guys can't see it. I have a cork board and I have a big picture right now of the Celebration at Sea, the cruise. So every day I sit at my desk, that cruise is looking at me in the face. You guys, I'm 1,250 points away from a cruise. It's all sponsoring. I know. I'm just like, woo! I've got a couple awesome rock stars that just started. And if we can get them certified, we got this. I'm so excited. But that's something like, and I've actually surpassed the points needed with my own PRV because I was like, I'm doing this. And then I got the numbers and I was like, oh, I still got sponsoring though. So a lot right now, I've been kind of veering away from my own business just a hair to really kind of help them kickstart and, get going so they're successful. On top of that, I have an annual sales tracker because my goal is to hit that annual sales every month. So I've got the months broke down and I see this every day. So, and I'm going to kind of switch it up a little bit for 22, add this in there, add my word of the year, all these things. Just so they're staring at me in my face. So I always see them. So that's kind of about all I really wanted to say regarding, like I said, kind of a little pep talk for the new year. Let's get us started. Let's get us rolled in there. And the only other thing that I want to touch base on is it's not the new year, but February 1st marks our new catalog. So as of January 1st, that's something that we get to start focusing on is shifting into spring, summer. And in January, I'll talk a little bit more when some tribe talks about transitioning and shifting and all those things. But for now, what I want to do is I want to bring you guys to the workstation because I know I said a couple people had asked me some questions about different kits and stuff like that. So I said I would break it down a little bit for you guys. Okay, so starting January 1st, you will be able, and this is, oh, wow. Why is it not? Oh, it's actually later. Okay, so I didn't even know this. Okay, so it is, because normally it launches at 12:01 PT. So Central Time for most of our peeps on here would be 3 a.m. Usually, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, usually I have never actually, I shouldn't even say usually. I have never seen the consultant stuff sell out within like the first day. I think last spring or last fall transition, The stickers sold out. I think it was 2 transitions ago. The stickers sold out within the first day, and that was it. So if you want to stay up and snag your stuff, stay up and snag your stuff. But I'm not sitting up till 3. I'll grab what I grab in the morning. So the cool thing is, with transition month, everything in the catalog is 10% off. Okay, so that's everything. I shouldn't even say in the catalog. Everything right now on our website is going to be 10% off. I do believe that includes, does that, hold on, actually, okay, no, it does not. Okay, so Perfect Scentsy Systems, which are the bundle with the wax, those are not discounted. Licensed products aren't discounted, and Charity, the Charity warmer and whiff box, is not discounted. And then anything in January that's launched. So it's the Bring Back My Bar. So that was a question that I had, is are Bring Back My Bars included in the 10% off? This is the first time we've actually had Bring Back My Bar in a transition month. Usually they do Bring Back My Bars, like last year, it was in December. So I think with Christmas, I think they decided to shift it off because of the cutoff. I feel like their Bring Back My Bar maybe didn't do as good as it had prior. So I think that's why they brought it in January. So those will still be, you know, $6 a bar. Excuse me. I don't know how that's going to work with bundling. So Bring Back My Bar prior, I could do a 6-pack of 3 catalog waxes and 3 Bring Back My Bar waxes. So I'm not 100% certain. Like I said, this is kind of new territory for me as far as that. So that will be to be continued when we see what happens. But as of the 1st, your catalogs, your new catalogs will be 10% off. Now, I highly suggest, I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy 10 packs of these things, but I highly suggest take a rough estimate about how many, and I know some of us started in the middle of this fall winter season, but maybe figure out how many catalogs you go through in like a month on average, you know, and then figure that out for the 6 months of this catalog season. And if you can, try to snag those catalogs, because then you're not paying full price later in the year. I try to always order a good bulk of them, but I'm always constantly growing and whatever. So I always end up the last couple months ordering another pack or 2, which is fine. But then I'm not buying, you know, 4 or 5 packs at full price. Your spring summer transition tester sets. Ooh, I think that's new. 20% off. I did not see that. Oh, you see that, guys? So now this transition set, okay, right here is a complete fragrance set. But all of us right now, we have, I shouldn't say all of us, majority have a full fall winter set. So this transition set, what that's going to do is you've got, just going to do easy here. Okay, so say these 5 right here are your fall winter. Okay, these 3 are getting discontinued. These 2 are going over to spring. We're getting these 3 new ones. So you're in your transition set, you're not going to get these because you already have them, if that makes sense. You're going to get just the ones you're missing. So you're going to remove your discontinued, and the transition is what's going to replace that discontinued. But your carryover, so to call them, scents like Black Raspberry Vanilla, Amazon Rain, all of those won't be included in the transition set because you already have them. Now, if you signed on like a discounted month where you have a partial set of testers, that then, depending on, I think, well, actually the last partial I think was in May. Right, yeah, because the other joint special was free, the free shooting star kit. I think the fall special was, yeah. So then it would have been May. So by now, with the transition stuff, you should have most of them. But you can't always go on the consultant store if you happen to be, you know, going through the catalog and realize like, hey, I'm missing these random 2. You can't order them. I think they're $1 on the consultant store. So if you need to make a complete set. If you're talking now, returning people. So now if you are, you know, we're joined spring summer last year, we still have 10 new sets coming out. So I always get that transition set. And a lot of times I'll end up with doubles from prior spring. So a lot of those, I'll throw in like host gifts and stuff like that, and they can have the whole darn tester. And they love them. They love them. You just tell them, flip them upside down in your dish, and the plastic, it doesn't like burn or anything in the warmer, and it'll melt right out, and you can take the little cup out and then you're good to go. But if you guys are considering doing travel totes, if you want to do a full tester set, that, you know, now would be a time also to possibly snag maybe a transition to help your one, and then snag a complete set to throw in your travel bag. Yep. So like here, the individual testers, like I said, your product lists. So actually, I want to talk about both of these right here, because somebody asked me what a showcase brochure is. I actually do not have one because I don't prefer them. This is a consultant guide, but this is the size of the product, the showcase brochure. It's like this big. I think it's like 4 pages. So I think it's like 2 this size stapled together. So you have, you know, whatever. And it basically is kind of like an amplified version of it's like a bigger version of this guy. So it's got just bigger images. So it's a little easier to read, but a lot harder to mail. So that's why I don't get them, is because if I'm going to see somebody in person, I'm going to give them the whole catalog experience, because I think just the catalog, just how everything's laid out and displayed and explained, and there's just so much more attention to detail in the catalogs versus this or the showcase brochure. So if I'm going to deliver something in person, or, you know, they're already getting like a pretty good mail from me, I'll throw in the catalogs and it's not too much more to ship. So I really prefer the catalog over anything as far as marketing materials. But when it comes down to like my Happy Mail, I'm not going to keep sending them a catalog every time. That is going to get expensive. So these product lists are amazing. It just literally, if you guys haven't seen it, it has everything laid out. It has like the description, another description, what it's called, the height of them, and then what kind of like bulb, what kind of, you know, if it's an element, and all those things. And then there's like symbols next to it that show you like what kind of finish. And I think all this is in the catalog as well. There's not scent descriptions like in the catalog, but these are all the list of scents, you know, and then on the back or on the site, it also shows in like all of our body products, laundry products, all that. But now it's not going to show you, it says Scentsy Fresh, but it doesn't show you fresh comes in this, and this, like those cute little, the graphic in the back of the catalog. But this is just really nice to send. I always send this no matter what in my thank you mails.
Do you think those are going to change dramatically coming into spring, summer of next year? Because I still have quite a bit and of the regular catalogs too from my vendor show.
No, 100%. They're going to change.
Okay.
You're going to have so much stuff of this discontinued and so much new stuff.
Okay.
Yep, 100%.
What do you suggest? Do we just throw all that out, or like, what do we do with all the older catalogs and those older pamphlets and stuff?
So that's actually a really good question. So right now, hustle your booty off all the way through January. If you can, make stickers or write on these, or these are really inexpensive. I think it's like what, $8-9 for 150.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, spam these out. Like you said, you're going to send a bunch of mail out here soon about what's, you know, the new catalog and stuff.
Yeah, because everything's going to be switching quick. Yep. Everything's going on sale. Grab your stuff before it's gone. Yeah.
What you can do is, and actually on here, right here, discontinued promotional flyer will be available to download January 1st. So what this is going to show you is everything in the current catalog that is going to be gone, going to be completely obsolete. You can take that, either create, I don't know how this is going to look. They've kind of switched it up every transition for me. A lot of times on our consultant sites, they have some, you know, really creative people that make some awesome things showing everything that's discontinued. Print it off, include it with this, and ship it out. Some people will take their catalogs and put a sticker on it that says, well, I don't even know why I'm drawing a blank here. Basically, like this is
Last call.
yeah, this is last season's catalog. Contact me for a current one, and then they'll leave it in like different places around their city. You know, leave some in the laundromat, leave some, you know, ask the
Okay.
gas station if you can leave some, you know, stuff like that. Just to kind of really get them out without just throwing them away. Now a lot of times I try to plan because I know like they're in future with transition, know that their catalogs, all of these things are going to get discontinued. So try not to get too many of them. I am probably going to end up with like a 50 pack of these left after I do January's mail. I'll probably just throw it in the burn pit because again, it's just a small 50 pack. But now a bunch of catalogs, like that would hurt my heart to have to do. So, you know,
yeah, I'll probably resend out another catalog with them in case they lost them along the way, because that way it also gets it out of my hands.
No, exactly. Like definitely, I mean, and in that instance, if you have that many, it's not a bad idea to, even if you're pretty sure they have a catalog, well, they might have thrown it away. You know, at least if you're giving it to somebody, there's a little bit more of a chance of something becoming of it rather than just throwing it away or doing whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of neat things that people will do. So definitely, yeah. So like I said, the showcase for sure. I mean, if it's for you, it's for you. It's not a thing I like to encourage people to buy because it's expensive to mail. It's not weighty, it's just big. Your product training guide. Now, and this is not a necessity either, but this is something like I personally always get. And I know a lot of you guys, you know, you got it in your starter kit. It's just like this little catalog size, and it always says product training guide. Now, if there's ever new products that come out, they're going to talk about them in here. So I like to always snag one of these so I can stay kind of up to date on different ways to market different products and such and such. Like I believe, because this is the new one, it's got the air purifier in it. So if all of a sudden, you know, we come out with something new, that's in here and how to market it. So I make sure, I mean, I think this is like $2 or $3. I make sure I get one of these every catalog season. Now, this isn't something that you give out, but this is like my holy grail. This is if I'm struggling with something, you know, I can come in here like, oh, I really want to push fragrance flowers. All right, so here's fragrance flower. Features and benefits. Fragrance flowers are handcrafted, natural materials, so no two are exactly alike. Oh, I didn't know they're, you know, not mass produced. Or I did, but you know what I mean? So then all of a sudden now, boom, maybe I can make a post regarding that. So there's a lot of things that you can read through here. And even if you think you know a lot about the products, you might even be able to learn a little bit more. So I definitely suggest, if you can snag one of these, if not, you know, in the near future, try to snag one of these. The product training guide, to have one on hand for every catalog it's a staple for me for sure, especially when it's so cheap and you only need one. Like it literally sits in my hard catalog. This is new this year and I'm really excited about this. So this transition business toolkit. So you get 1 pack of catalogs, which is 25. You get a product list, just a 50 pack. So normally for $9, we get the 150. It's 3 50 packs. This will just be one. And this is really good, especially if you're small and just kind of starting and you don't need a whole lot. Now, like me, I go through, I stickered 8 packs of catalogs and I ended up having to I bought 2 more, but I only ended up using 1 more. I think I still have a full thing of catalogs, which I'll end up stickering and putting out. But you know, so this is really, I'll order extra catalogs, you know, so you can kind of do that if you need, depending on what you kind of estimated you personally need for your business. This sticker pack is phenomenal. Like I said, we sold out of stickers the 1 year, and ever since then, they've been doing bundles. So this sticker pack is going to be the 10 brand new fragrances, and you get the 72 in one of these. 72 of each of the 10 fragrances. So that's 720 stickers. It's like a $30 value, I think they said. So you'll have all 10 new stickers because I like to put that throughout the catalog. Amazing leader, Christina Steinbrook, always makes a phenomenal scavenger hunt. I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically it gets the customers paging through the catalog, and then I just send them a scent circle. If they complete it and send it to me, like I'm not like, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong. Like I don't care. If you take the time to go through this and dig deep into the catalog, or try to, I'm going to send you a scent circle for your effort. And not a lot of people send this back to me, but a good handful. I want to say this last catalog, I've maybe 10 people out of everybody I gave this to. But those 10 people probably ended up ordering more than they would have because they dug deep into the catalog. And like here, it's got like a little find the stickers section. Sometimes this one's like generic. There's no actual, the names. I think she makes a couple versions of them. And I think she even makes a version without the stickers if you're not using the stickers. But it'll basically like, what page did you find it on? So then I'll go through and I'll put, scent ABC on page 2 on every catalog. And I'll go through and I'll do this. I have this actually amazing customer who last catalog season asked me if she's an old lady. She's 71 and needs hobbies. And she's like, bring over your catalogs. I love that you do this. And I want to sticker them all for you. Please just let me take a load off of you. And I was like, I mean, sure, here. So I think I ended up stickering 1 pack of catalogs just because I wanted to start sending them out to people. And then I gave her hers and I picked it up before the catalog release date. And then she had them all done and she was all excited. And she's already told me this month, like I think probably 3-4 times, when are you gonna order those catalogs? Or are you gonna bring them over? Yes, Judy. Yes, I will. So I love her dearly for that. She is absolutely amazing. But before that, like me and Annika and Dean would just sit down and just sticker the heck out of everything, and you don't have to do it all at once. If you can get through 2-3 stickers, take a break, whatever. Because if you're ordering all of this right away, you have all of January. Now, do not wait until the last minute. That is not what I'm saying, but I'm saying you can space it out if you need to. The cool thing with this one is it comes with a transition tester set as well. And then you've got that product training guide, that like Bible thing that I was telling you about. So I'm definitely, because this is a heck of a deal, I'm going to snag at least one of these. And then I will probably buy another few packs of catalogs because one is not going to last me very long. I'll probably order 1 full pack of the product list. I might even order a couple more, honestly, because with my Happy Mail, I want to say I send out about 60 because I do every 3 months or up to 3 months after ordering. On average, it's about 60 envelopes I send out a month for the basic Happy Mail.
Do you send out the same papers every single time when you do the Happy Mail?
No, that's going to be all your sent in the month.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait a second, because you said you sent 3 months, and I was like, what?
No. So I send with Happy Mail, I send that product sheet I was showing you, the big one. I put in the scent of the month flyer. And then I have like these little things that I made saying, the first one is basically telling them that they get 3 months because they ordered. They get 3 months of my Happy Mail, so they get to smell the new scent before everybody else, blah, 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 blah.
So that just comes down to another record thing of making sure when you started it, so you don't keep resending them that product list and they only get the new scent of the month.
No, I send a product list every time.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the product list. Yeah, they meant like everything in it. I was like, no. No, the product list goes in every single time. So they will get, when they first order the first time for the catalog, they will get a catalog. I will write down on their contact sheet that I have in my system. I think I showed that before, my binders and stuff like that. I'll write down that I gave them a catalog. And then obviously what season, because if they're a habitual customer, it's going to just say catalog. So then you're like, oh, was it this one? This one or last? So I write down, spring, summer, 22 catalog. Okay, so now I know not to send that to them. And then I will always send them a product sheet every time they order. No, not even just order, every Happy Mail, every time they order, every piece of envelope mail I send out goes with a product sheet. Because they probably, who knows, half those people probably threw away that catalog. So if they happen to open this up and look like, oh, I don't remember seeing that warmer. I need that warmer, Desiree. Can you give me that? Yes, I can.
Okay.
You know, so that
I think that's where I hit a roadblock with Happy Mail. I sent it out. I've maybe done it twice since I started. I did it originally when I had a really big order and I did some goodies. I did a couple cent circles to host because I kind of ended up waiting till I had money to do it. And now I'm like, I don't know what else to send them besides like the sample.
No, I keep it really basic. So the thank you comes with a circle and, you know, a couple samples. And then after that, I don't send other samples. So if they don't order habitually and they go on to that Happy Mail list, they've got 3 months that they get a product sheet, that current scent of the month, and then these sheets that I showed you. And then the last one looks like a little warning, basically saying, this is your last month unless you order again. If they order again, they get bumped back. They get a thank you mail, month 1, month 2, yikes. Thank you mail, month 1, month 2, you know, and so forth. Once they get this, I don't send them it again. I still keep their contact stuff in case they reorder again. So then obviously I can look back and be like, okay, you know, they ordered in July. I send them a catalog. They got August, September, October samples, and now we're in February, you know, just so I can kind of keep record. Okay, then they need a new catalog, and then
So they need
you know,
everything
whatever.
fresh. Okay. Yeah, because I
Yep.
felt like my Happy Mail, like I said, I did it like maybe twice and I had to wait till I had a couple different hosts so I could send out stuff. And then I felt like everything was just lost. And I was like, what do I send them at this point? I don't want to be repeat, but I guess it makes sense to keep resending that sheet. That probably would have helped with my stock of them.
You know, and that's something too, is like, okay, we can't advertise stock. You can totally include like a
Little
ad or whatever of, hey, by the way, you know, if you want to do something like 10% off my stock, ask me what I have. Or did you know that I have stuff on hand at home for quick gifts? Or, you know, so you don't have to wait for shipping, ask me what I have, you know, stuff like that. You can totally include that in mail too. So you could put that in that Happy Mail as well.
Personal,
if you wanted to
like a message.
Yep, exactly. And then it's not like as spammy. I mean, a little bit, but it's not like, hey girl, hey, what are you doing? Did you know I have this? So yeah, there's that. But no, definitely Happy Mail, and like doing that repetitious, even if it is just scent of the month, really can help you with repeat orders. I've had people that, you know, just ordered once on like a fluke, whether it be someone's party or they just needed something, you know, silly or weird, like whatever, the one time. And then they might not have ever joined my VIP. They might not have ever really talked to me, communicated in any way that I've reached out. And then all of a sudden they'd be like on their 3rd month. And all of a sudden I've gotten a couple messages like, that last month sample you sent me is amazing. I need some of that. Like, all right, like, cool. And if I wouldn't have done that, they probably never would have thought twice about messaging me again. So it definitely, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, I already ordered once, never mind. But then they get in, they're like, oh, wait, now I kind of want that.
Exactly. Seeing and smelling it up close are 2 different things.
My daughter insisted she was done with scents, and then she smelled January's scent. She literally took the bar and ran upstairs. I couldn't get it back from her. I was like, all right, I guess that one's hers. She doesn't like any other scent except for her jammy time, but all of a sudden she fell in love with this one. I was like, smell does wonders.
Right. So then the next thing is, I don't really have any use for this. Like, I love you, Scentsy. Thanks for putting it at 50% off, but like this stuff isn't, unless like you're doing some big Raha in January, which I actually have scheduled for one of our tribe talks. I'm going to talk about what I call, and a lot of other consultants call, a last chance first glance party. If you guys want to dig deep into that before I get into a tribe talk about that, go ahead and check that out on YouTube. Type in Scentsy last chance first glance on our Facebook sites, anything like that. And there is just some amazing ways to kind of kick off, whether you can have host these type of parties. You can host this type of party in your own VIP. on your regular page, like whatever you want to do. And that basically is, you know, showing them what's left and what's being discontinued. So like buy this now, otherwise it's gone, gone, gone. And then give them, you know, some sneak peeks as what's to come. So a lot of times those first glance, last chance is kind of, I'll usually do them a 2-week span. I'll do a week before the first and then the week after, so they can order from both catalogs. And then I'll usually try to, like, especially in my VIP, I'll try to group, you know, a big bulk order to go in like the last day and then a big bulk order to go in that first day. So then they're all saving on shipping, because then, you know, that's another discrepancy. So I want to order off both catalogs, but I don't want to pay the double shipping. Well, if I can bulk them, I can probably save them on shipping on both aspects. So either A, they're getting free shipping, or it might equal what they would have if they ordered it all in one. So in this case, I guess the fall winter, like if you were doing like a big home thing, you know, snagging some of this would be smart. But if you're not, I don't suggest stocking up on any of this, because like I said, then it's going to be kind of useless. And then here this will not be available January 1st, but we will hear about what they are January 1st. So here, as you see, there's scent, laundry, clean, body, and pets. And they always do kind of different categories. Sometimes they've done warmers, sometimes they haven't. You'll be able to kind of pick a sales kit. And some, I think you can order multiples, and then you'll be able to get some of those new products in. So obviously if it says pets here, I don't recall us ever saying pets. That means I think we're getting some new pet smells, which is exciting. Maybe some new pet products. That would be really good. I would love to see an expansion on that, being a fur baby lover myself. I actually had a friend, well, she uses the all-purpose for like puppy accidents. But she said that it would be so nice. And I'm not even going to try to remember what the name is called. There's something in like some kind of enzyme in like dog urine cleaners. And there's like a micro and whatever. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to say it. But she's like, that would be amazing if Scentsy would make something like that. I'm like, yes, it would. Like, I completely agree. She's like, I love the all-purpose. She's like, but I still feel like sometimes, because pets have a more sensitive nose than us. So sometimes even if we're kind of masking or really cleaning up that scent, they can smell deeper than that. And a lot of like animals will try to like go on top of the same scent, you know, because they associate that with, this is where I potty because this smells like potty. So if we could totally bring one of those in, I would be so excited. Maybe
I got potty training and 2 dogs. So my haul, no matter what I'm treating it with, is interesting smelling.
So those will be really nice. Those will be really nice. So I'm excited to see what new pet products are coming out. So you'll be able to, that's definitely not like one big bulk thing. Usually it's, you know, fairly, it ranges in value depending on what set I guess you want. But those are all really nice. So on January 1st, we'll be able to see what those are and when they're available. Usually it's kind of mid-month. So it's probably me just taking a guess, probably somewhere around that 15th mark when they'll be available for us to order. So we'll get them a week-ish before the actual launch, so we can start taking pictures and start promoting these things and stuff like that. But they always offer, especially spring, summer, they always offer these kits. Fall, winter, they did offer these kits last fall, winter. I think the one before that they didn't, because it was part of the incentive is you could actually earn the kits. But then I think they opened it up to where even if you didn't earn them, you could buy them last fall. Then obviously right now the incentive's a trip, not a kit. So they offer this here. And then, like I said, the 10% off all of products, except for obviously certain things. And then starting January 1st, new consultants that join will get a transition set. So they are going to get a pack of fall winter catalogs and a pack of spring summer catalogs. They are going to get a fall winter full tester set and a spring summer transition set. They are going to get, you know, so basically it's a bigger kit because Scentsy doesn't want you to sign somebody on in January, give them all the fall stuff, and then be like, by the way, you also got to buy all of this stuff if you want to do it next month. So to help them, that's what we always do every transition month. Month before transition is always a mixed mixed starter kit. Now, obviously, like, you know, the warmer, the bar, the spray, those are all staple catalog. They don't go anywhere. Like, that's all going to stay the same. As of January 1st, it'll all be in like the marketing and then the training. They'll post the sales kit with the actual breakdown if they change anything. Sometimes they'll change up like the buddy clip. Occasionally they'll change up a scent, but not too much. So that'll be there, but they'll be able to do that because Scentsy wants them to be able to work their business right away in the fall, winter, and then also be prepared for spring, summer. So kind of as of right now, I don't know if anybody's working on some new consultants and stuff like that. Being this close to, and I never want to discourage you from signing someone on, but being this close to that transition month where those tests or the starter kits are going to be like that, I would hold off personally. I would hold off. Two of our wonderful team members now actually that signed on with us last January were hounding me about this time in December. And I was like, skirt, pump the brakes. And I was like, you can totally sign on if you want, but hear me out. And I told them about this, like the transition kit and whatever. And I'm like, I don't want, you know, because a lot of us come into this with uncertainty. We don't know if this is going to work. So to come into it already with that little bit of uncertainty and then know that there's a, you know, a bill, I guess we'll call it, coming up right away, like that's a little bit more discouraging. So I explained it to him and them, and both of them were like, you know what, that's fine. We'll wait until January. And then they signed up within the first week of January so they could get those kits. So, I mean, if somebody wants to just gung ho and go right away and they're like, that's fine, I'll buy that stuff next month. That's fine. I want to go. Sign them up. But at least disclose the fact that this is coming up. You know, and if you've got a kit that you're giving away, like it can wait until January because we have all the same products that, like, it's not gonna make or break you to use those credits, because no matter what, whether you order this month or next month, you're still going to be getting fall, winter products. And that's one thing too, though, is in January, get your parties together and try to have one, especially if you want spring, summer stuff. And you guys will know, you know, as of the 1st, we get to see the catalog. I'm so excited. Like, ooh, it is so close. Lacey's killing me with this one sneak peek a day. And if you guys saw, I posted the scent description, and then I decided I'm just going to put it all on the one thread so it's all together and not everywhere. So we had the scent description the one day, which really drives me nuts because it doesn't matter how much I read the scent descriptions. I can't smell it. Just tell me what it smells like. And that's what everybody in the director page was saying is, Lacey, just tell us what it smells like. So I'm really hoping to see some new product sneak peeks like that warmer, the butterfly one that I showed, which is really cute. Not 100% my motif, but I'm excited to see what spring brings us. So she's definitely killing me with these 12. So I cannot wait until January 1st. I don't know what's more exciting, is ordering all the new materials or actually paging through that catalog. And you'll be able to find that on the workstation. And then usually shortly after, usually on the 1st, someone creates a flip book. I don't know how the heck they do it, but I love those things. And they'll create a flip book. So you can, if you choose, send this to customers. I highly suggest not to right away. A lot of times I entice them and I say, like, to my VIPs, if you host a party, you get a new spring, summer catalog early. Or if they place an order, you know, or whatever, then they get these sneak peeks. But I'm not just going to give that to any random person, you know. So kind of entices them to, either order something that's being discontinued that they want, or stock up on something that they need, cleaning supplies, whatever, laundry, or host that party, that last chance first glance party, and then they'll get that sneak peek. And that's what I always do too, is when I do a host, when I do have hosts that do the last chance first glance party, and you guys know I do party packs, I include both catalogs in that, and I tell the host that. And a lot of times they're like, yes, I want to do that because I need to see, whether they think they're going to get the sales or not. They're like, that's fine. I want to host because I want to see that, because that's something that they feel exclusive. They feel like nobody else sees this yet. I want to. So they do. And then that gives you that opportunity to communicate with their friends, their family, and try to, actually make something of their party. So yeah, so you get multiple kits, and then, lastly, your Scentsy Club. If you have anything in Scentsy Club, now we all know our bars are forever and ever and ever, amen. Thank goodness, because I would cry. But anything that is not a bar is discontinuable. If you have car bars, if you have pods, if you have laundry, if you have dish soap, if you have flowers, anything like that, and it gets discontinued, it will fall off of your club. There is no saving it. They will be marked, as it says here, in Scentsy Club. So when you log into your Scentsy Club, you will see next to it saying discontinued. You think they usually put it in red. They'll probably throw me through a loop and put in like giant purple letters or something this time. But point is, you will see it. So you can go through and figure that out. If you have Scentsy Club subscribers, go through their lists and see if they match up with anything that's being discontinued. So example, say they're discontinuing, and I'd be so sad if they did, Johnny Appleseed dish soap, and Susie Joe has, a bottle of Johnny Appleseed dish soap that comes every month. Well, now it's going to be discontinued. I'm going to let her know that. So either A, she can stock up on it so she doesn't have to be without for a while, or she can, kind of like, maybe we can work together to find a scent that she likes just as much. So then when that gets discontinued, she can replace it with something else. So then you're not losing out on any of that PRV. And then you're also setting your customers up to know what to expect come transition as well. Typically though, a lot of at least my club subscribers, and I shouldn't say typically, because I guess everybody's different. A lot of mine have mostly bars in it. They kind of order cleaning supplies and stuff like that as they need. But I also hear from a lot of other people that a lot of people do use that as like their laundry, they have their laundry or their dish soap or whatever in those clubs. So just something that, like obviously, like I said, look through your club subscribers and figure out what they all have in their clubs so you can kind of address that. That wraps it up for me, that I was planning on talking about. Oh, look, my stop share is actually on the same screen today. I don't know why it was on the other one that one day, but here we are. So does anybody have any other questions about anything that we talked about, or just anything transition, new year?
So I do have my new recruit, and I'm actually currently talking to her because she's been working on our videos. With everything going, do I just keep continuing for her to do her launch party so she could try to snag more sales through January?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And then she would have to get the kit separate like us too, right? Because she did join the end of last month.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But especially just starting, I would push that 69, or encourage, I shouldn't say push, encourage that $69 kit, because then she's getting that one pack of catalogs, the testers that she
testers, everything.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of gives her the basics, because as of right now, being not even a month into it, she doesn't know the volume that she's going to be working
outputting yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't even remember what came in her kit, because they said what was available was what was going to show up. So that's one thing I was actually just asking her if she'd gotten it yet, because she just got started.
You should see what's you signed her up through a party, right?
Yeah.
You can see what's in her kit. If you look on the workstation and just type in starter kit, look for, it's a PDF file. And then it shows all the kits. You're gonna look for the host exclusive kit, and it breaks everything down. Very rarely, yes, it does have a little asterisk and says things are subject to change, but very, very, very rarely does anything get switched. And if it does, it's like a scent. Like they might give you lemon verbena counter clean, and all of a sudden they're running low, so now they're gonna give you squeeze a day. Something like that. But for the general aspect, it's all going to be that same. So you can see what's in her kit.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just trying to encourage her once she gets her kit, want to use some of your products, show people how you're using your products as part of your launch and stuff like that. Teach her how to do her little blip about herself, because that's what she's just asking now. What other videos does she need to get kind of started to actually get her launch party going? So I just want to send her the right direction, but at the same time, I know we're transitioning, so it's like I don't want her to throw herself into learning about all these other products that are going to switch.
Well, and the thing is, we're not going to like learning about the products. Like to learn about the warmers, we're not learning necessarily specifically each warmer. You're like, yes, as we, see that catalog and, go through, we start to learn those names as consultants, and we start to learn, I don't know, just different things about, obviously each warmer, but like in the beginning, like you're kind of just learning the basics. You're
Like
learning
element,
exactly. There's, different types of warmers, the different bulb sizes, things like that. You're learning, that they don't get hot enough to cause any burns. They, all of these things like simple like that. So I wouldn't be too concerned about her gaining any knowledge for it to just change. Cause like, it's not going to change in that aspect. The products change a lot, but that doesn't mean they're gonna like just all of a sudden discontinue laundry or stop selling warmers or anything like that. So like for
I
her,
hope not. I love laundry. No, not my laundry.
I would cry. But I would definitely encourage her with that kit. Maybe not even the first. So now that's the first time I've offered that, so I cannot guarantee it will not sell out. So I really don't want to place my bet on that. But if she is kind of wishy-washy about just uncertainty,
I'm sure about everything. Yeah,
I would tell her, then if that's the case, if you don't want to order it right away in the first, let's kick off your launch party. Let's get you through that. Let's get you comfortable. And then if you are, as long as that kit's still available, I suggest you snag that one. And then if she really kicks it off and starts doing great, then she can, if it before the end of January, she can still get that 10% off catalogs, even if it's like the last day of January. She can snag a couple catalogs. By then she's feeling it. But if she's not, that way she's not overstocked. Because obviously, you get out of this what you put into it. And some people just think it's a really easy, just hand it to them. I mean, and it can be but you still have to work for it to I don't know how to, the product sells itself, but you still have to post about your products. You still have to share this. You still have to, all of those things.
Yeah.
In order for that to be seen.
So, yeah, I just want her to be confident too. And she's struggling right now to even just get it all set up and worried about it. She says she wants to grow her business. She's just not really sure how to and trying to get it all going. And I was like, I'll answer questions. Text me. I is here.
I know. I tell people that all the time. And then some people just hound me left and right with questions. And I absolutely love them for it. Like or then you get the people that are constantly asking questions and apologizing. I was like, stop apologizing. I love questions.
I think I've done that.
I love questions.
I feel like I'm messaging her all the time.
That means you're eager to learn. That means you want to learn. And that's what I want. Like, I don't want to pour myself into somebody who isn't eager. So if you're not asking questions,
I think if she gets off on the right
foot, following up with you every now and again. I might, if you're not asking questions, I might pop into your inbox like in like a week, like, hey girl, you still doing this? And see if that brings something up. And if it doesn't, then I'm not going to continue to pour my energy into a dead end.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, and starting off is different for everybody. There's, some people just like me take a crazy nosedive and like, I'm doing this, I'm making it work. Some people are like, I'm just going to get a discount. We'll dabble my toes over here and dabble my toes over here. And then something will trigger like, okay, now I'm doing this. And sometimes
yeah, the vendor fair was a huge break for me, but then at the same time, I overcompensated for my flyers and catalogs. And I have like a big reusable bag still filled with at least 3 more bundles of catalogs. And I'm like,
well,
they're all written on and
start slapping stickers on them saying that these are about to discontinue.
these are the local laundromats, leave them in the magazine piles.
Yep, exactly. Hey, do it. Every time I go to the laundromat, I drop off a catalog. The guy that owns the laundromat's never there, so I don't know if I have permission to do this, but there's magazines and books. So every time I go, I just leave one catalog. Just no, it looks like, who knows? I could have just been reading and forgot it. Like, it's fine. But I feel like if I drop like a pile off, he's gonna be like, all right, we're calling this lady.
Yeah, I was leaving some stuff at the local pet store and the local bookstore, but the bookstore only lets local I don't know, they're like, oh, local organizations actually do stuff up front. So I had to put it in the little back corner with all the little business cards. So I occasionally would just try to flip in a couple of the monthly flyers in between some of the papers. Like, they won't notice.
You have to slap your contact information on and they'll find you if they need it. But yeah, so like I would definitely, did you send her my YouTube?
I did tag her in some stuff and I've hit up and said, if you needed anything, find it here, find it there. So I told her a couple things. So I'm just waiting to see once she actually gets the ball rolling. So.
Okay. I'm going to try to, no promises. I'm going to try. I think I'm on with my YouTube, my new consultant training series YouTube anyway, that playlist. I think I'm on episode 7, video 7, whatever. I'm going to try to record another 1, maybe 2 tomorrow. I have them all templated, written down. It's just finding the time to do them and just everything, just life. And then with the holidays, just everything's crazy. So I'm slowly doing
That's why I said I'm not doing bring back bar samples till just after Christmas, because I want to get them mailed by New Year's. So they actually get them in January with time to order, because obviously bring back my bar is only January. So
correct.
And I didn't want to do it like before Christmas because it's already going to be rushing and delayed with everybody. So I'm like, we'll just kind of sneak it in after Christmas. Be like, surprise, you get samples.
Another thing that was actually brought up to me by another consultant on our team, she thought that the club exclusive bars would be included in the sampler, and they are not.
Oh yeah.
But you can, even if you have a Scentsy Club already, if you guys remember when you signed up for Scentsy Club, it asks if you want to ship it right away, or if you want to process the first one right away. And then after that, it'd be at that date. So if you can go, so say you have a bi-monthly Scentsy Club, you can still have a monthly and a quarterly. So if you want on January 1st, you can add those bars that are club only to one that you don't have anything else in, and select to process right away, and then just cancel it after it ships. And then obviously, you know, whatever bring back my bars you want to keep, you know, put in your actual club. But that way you can get those early enough, because that was another thing I saw in some of the leadership ones, is they're like, my club doesn't process until the middle of the month. So if I add these to my club, by the time I get them, sample them, they're not going to be available to order anymore. You know, and that was a big concern. So a lot of people were saying,
what would you do samples of all of them? I picked my top 8 favorite.
I do samples with all of them. I do not have, I'm trying to think if I had, oh wait, did I?
I know I've seen some people make like this giant flyer thing that has like all the different new scent descriptions and then like the little tiny picture of the bar. And I've seen them like staple every sample to it. This one I'm going to order like a whole dozen of.
Which one's that?
Thunderstorm.
Oh, that one's delicious. That one is delicious.
Grass and flowers and
that came back my first bring back my bar.
I love it so much.
So actually, yeah, I do not have it, but so what I did is I did felt samples of all of the bring back my bars, and I put them in like a small Mylar bag, and then I had all of the scent descriptions on the front, and on the back just a little bit of information, like if you want to pre-order or order, whatever, here's, you know, a couple QRs, whatever. I made a flyer. I think I did share it in Triboluminescent.
So like a big one that has all of them in it that are all like individual labeled, but you have the descriptions on the front.
Yep.
Okay.
I wish I still had, I knew I should have thrown one away.
Because I mean, I'm only making enough samples for my customer base, which is about 25 people right now.
Right. So what you can do is either and like right now, if you want to be really easy and if you only have 25 people you need to mail this to, use a crinkle cutter or just a knife and cut chunks instead of doing
I just
wax
got one.
samples. Yeah, instead of doing wax samples. Like I'm already regretting not buying actually a second kit because I don't really know if I want to do felt samples because that took me.
I have felt samples, but when I made a bunch to hand out with Halloween candy for adults, and like I went through more wax than I did to even make the felt samples. They sucked up so much that I couldn't make anywhere near as money as I did when I just like chop.
What felt samples were you using?
The basic ones from the consultant store. I still have a bag and a half.
That's why. Those, as much as I love how cute they are, they eat wax like insane.
I've seen you use like paper squares or something.
Yes. So they are, they should be tagged in my
Google thing.
Yeah, my Google thing on the sample page.
Okay.
Actually nail wipes, but they're felt. So I don't think I have any sitting.
I think one thing I'm going to invest in next year is one of the wax big melters that I see like Sammy use. I seen her using it the other day. It's just a big bowl thing.
Yeah, I have one too. They're chocolate melters.
Okay.
They're chocolate melters. Okay.
Because I was just like trying to use all the warmers. Some of my element warmers burn slower than the other ones. So I'm like, it's not going fast enough. I just want to dip already.
Okay, so here I'm gonna screen share you and I'm gonna show you my Canva. I'm obviously gonna have to edit this for this Bring Back My Bar, but these are the images I used for the last Bring Back My Bar. So I had this so sideways on the Mylar, so the opening was like over here. So this was just showing, you can get them $6 individually, the bundles here, and then this took them to so this takes them to my link tree. I had to think of what the heck QR I put on here. So this takes them to my link tree. So at that time, my link tree, I had a Bring Back My Bar banner on it. So it took them to the website where the Bring Back My Bars are, or there's the Order Through Me tab, which then has so I can save them on shipping, so I can add them to my bulk order is kind of what it is. And it's basically just a Google form. So I did this, and then
see, I would love to figure out some of that. I think that's something I want to advance in the next year is, I don't know if using Linktree or whatever, just something else like with the Bring Back My Bar. If I want to do pre-orders right now, I'm just handwriting what I have people telling me like a scent, but I'd love to be able to have something to like, they can click and organize and then it gets sent to me. So then I could do it through the website in bulk later. Right.
So then this is what I put on the other side of the Mylar. And then inside, I put, they always have, see if I can find it.
That's so cute. I actually really like that.
Oh. I knew there's a reason I keep all of my flyers from past.
I started doing that too, and I have at least one or two of everything, and of like my oils and stuff like that for the body products, the individual flyers that I got at the beginning. I have them all in a photo album, but I'm like, I still have extras of like previous months. They were kind of cool, and I saved like 1 or 2 months out, still handed them out, advertised them, but now I'm like, that's just excessive.
There is. Did I not save my Bring Back My Bar? I know, right? And I'm probably in the wrong catalog. So there's always a flyer on Workstation that shows like kind of how it looks in our catalog with like the cubes. Oh, right here. This is just downloaded from the Workstation. So I put this inside.
Oh, okay.
So this like literally just downloaded it, printed it. I didn't make this. I didn't do anything fancy to it. And then I can include this. So you can also include this in like your Happy Mail for January, and that's something that I would do as well. And it's cool because it's got all their names and then underneath the actual description. So I put this in with these guys. The stickers that I
thing I'm sad about is that the Bring Back My Bars don't have stickers. So
is what?
They don't have the stickers because I was using the stickers to label a lot of my samples too. So I didn't have to like, because that was before I got the printer and stuff. I was like everything by hand on every little.
And now you
Ziploc.
can just, did you order some of those shipping labels?
No, I unfortunately did not get a chance to, but it's somewhere on my list once we figure out after Christmas and after St. Louis, then I'll have a little bit more money to play with experimenting, growing how I'm doing some of that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Because I'm $20 away from my goal this month to even hit my 500 for pay. So I'm like, I'm trying so hard.
We still got some days left. There's still 9, 10.
I saw mine and I was like, I think I'm at 157. So I'm almost at 200. So I'm almost active for this month.
I got really lucky. And like I said, I found the person, they were just visiting here at my house. They were just looking for some wax. And they actually happened to be looking for bubble gum. And I was like, it's coming next month.
That's actually, I have a similar story. So this Bring Back My Bar Southern Evening is one of them that's a club exclusive. But it's came back as a regular Bring Back My Bar in prior scents. And I have my mom's best friend's mom. Her grandson had passed away a few years back, younger. It was very unexpected. And apparently Southern Evening just smells like his just aura, like his cologne and just everything. So it reminds them of him. And they've always been a really big Scentsy family. Even before I started as a consultant, they would always just kind of randomly order online and whatever. So I guess that used to be his favorite scent as well. So she was talking to me right after I joined in May, and I think spring, summer, Bring Back My Bar is in June. So she's like, do you have Southern Evening? And I was like, I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. And like, I was kind of out of it because I was still kind of just learning the basics or whatever. So I hadn't quite looked ahead at what's coming for Bring Back My Bar the next month. And all of a sudden June hit and it came, like, I saw that was on there. I was like, Shirley, it's here. I found it. So, and she's older, so she doesn't really want to do the whole club thing. So I actually have a bar that comes every other month in my club. And then her daughter and her granddaughter fight over who gets it that month.
Oh.
So I'm like, maybe I might have to up that.
I smelled the bubble gum and I just all I can think about is medicine.
It smells like Pepto.
I was thinking amoxicillin they used to give you when you're like kidding.
Okay, and that I totally correlate with Pepto too. Yes, like pink juice. Even though as a kid I used to beg my grandma for Pepto. I'd be like, my tummy hurts. And now I'm like, oh, it tastes like fuck. Gross. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here then and get some stuff taken care of, some family stuff, and then like I said, I'm not gonna do a tribe talk next week. I want you guys just to kind of focus on family, focus on the holiday, focus a little bit on that word of the year, because I'm gonna ask you guys. I'll probably make a post so then everybody that can't really always make it to tribe talks can maybe
we did better this week than I think any of our other chats. I think we had 6 in here, so I think that was the most we've had since we started.
Guys, if you guys know my obsession with Jessie Lee, if we can get 100 people on a Zoom, she will train for free.
She actually just messaged me. I responded to one of her stories and I just got a notification that she replied or something. So I don't know what she said, but
oh goodness.
She's always live late. Like that girl.
Love her.
I know. She's so incredible. I swear to God, I'm gonna go to Texas to find her and squeeze her because I love her. But yes, if we ever get the team size where we can have 100 people on a call, you bet your buttholes I am calling Jessie Lee like, you need to come to my team. Because I would just be in awe. Like we might have to make shirts for that when that day happens. We're all gonna be like, Team Jessie, #Boss Lee shirts.
Definitely.
All All right. I will talk to you guys later. Have a really good holiday. Merry Christmas. And like I said, I will post that little paycheck thing and then I'm some kind of synopsis about the word. I'll probably post a paycheck tonight, and then I'll do a synopsis of the word tomorrow because I'm gonna go watch some episodes. We're starting Peaky Blinders. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it.
A quick question. Is Canva where I can get the Scentsy logo thing? Because like I'm trying to recreate and I made a logo for me, but I want to put the Scentsy Independent Consultant on it and I don't know how to get that.
You should be able to find it on Workstation.
Okay.
If not, it might be in one of the groups. I'll fiddle around and kind of look. You look too, like check on the Workstation. You might only find the compliance thing. Yeah, go into marketing and type in the Scentsy logo.
Okay.
And then see if it pops up because you're gonna need to be able to put it on images. You're gonna need it as like what is that, a PNG, SVG file, something like that.
Yeah, because I know I'm gonna have to figure out how to do overlay, and I don't have a lot of programs, but that's something I'm.
No, as far as like
logo.
Yeah, as far as an overlay, as long as you find a logo with a clear background, you won't have to worry. It should overlay it just fine. Whereas if you save it as like a JPEG, you're gonna have a white background. I know, technical weirdness. Gotta love technology. But if you have issues finding it, let me know, and I'll see if I can scrounge it up for you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Merry Christmas.